Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. I almost just fell off my chair. If you guys saw the most recent video I posted, you will know I recently hauled the MAC summer collection, which is called the Bronzed collection. And in that video, I had this face, which is a very bare face. I have no bronzer, no blush, no highlighter, no eyeshadow, no anything, because I thought it would be really fun to test some of the products that I showed you guys in the last video. So if you're interested in seeing that, then keep watching. If not, then feel free to leave. I don't know. What do you want me to tell you? So first things first, like I said, I already have a lot of my face done. I am wearing pretty much all MAC products because for me, when I'm testing a brand, I always like to test it first as they would have been testing it or they would have meant to wear it. And I find that it's very rare that a brand tests their makeup using a product that is not their own. So I thought, let's be as fair as possible and just do a full face of MAC. So I have my MAC Face and Body Foundation on. I have MAC Studio Fix Concealer, MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I've got my paint pot out. We're gonna keep going with that. And I just set it with Laura Mercier setting powder because I don't have MAC setting powder. So the first thing we're gonna be doing is playing with a couple of the bronzers. So I think I'm gonna play with the Beijing Beauty first because that one is more my complexion, my kind of color. It's a little bit lighter of a bronze than the Totally Taupe-less, which is also gorgeous, but again, it's a little bit more orangey, a little bit darker. I think it could be good for more of like a contouring bronze rather than an all over the face bronze. So first things first, these are kicking up a ton of powder. Now I read on my, my invoice that these are next to nothing bronzers, and I would think that that's new. I've had the next to nothing powders before and they're really nice. They're very light. So if you're like me and you're not into these are really pigmented though, holy crap, and you're not into a really like heavy powdery kind of a look, like I try to do as much almost like liquid as I can. I should be using a mirror and not my camera to do this. Trust me, you guys, I can see how much bronze I have up there. It doesn't look, it's funny because it's showing up so much more on the camera than it is like in real life. And I was finding the same thing yesterday. I had my makeup on yesterday and it was like patchy and like weird looking. I don't know. So I apologize that that's super bronzed. But now at least you guys can see how pigmented these are. It's really pretty. It says it's a matte radiant bronzer on the package. And I think that that's right because it's not, my hair is a hot mess, by the way. Like, look at this. Holy crap, I should brush my hair. Okay, I'm back. Is that a little better? Anyway, like I was saying, the bronzer is not, it's not so matte in the way that like, I find that a lot of matte bronzers and powders kind of make your face look a little dry, at least for me. I like that it's a matte radiant. I feel like it's picking up, holy crap, I did a really bad job bronzing. It's picking up like a little bit of reflect that almost makes your skin kind of have like this glowy sun-kissed effect, and I really like that. I did really bad placement and really bad application, so don't judge the product for my lack of skill, please. I'm so sorry. Now, the one thing that this collection did not come with was a blush, so I'm just really quickly gonna bang on one of my Glow Play blushes. This is in the shade That's Peachy. Again, I just thought I would try and stick to all MAC, and I really love these blushes. I think that they are beautiful. They're really easy to use. They have a really cool texture, super pigmented without being like really unnatural looking, and I really like that. Next thing we're gonna play with is one of these strobe glazes. I'm going to use the Let's Make Waves one. I also got the Bronzure one, but it is very dark, and I just kind of want to see how this one works as a bit of like a highlighter, so I'm just going to put a couple dots. I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit. I wasn't going to, but do a couple down the nose. So this does feel like it has like kind of an oilier texture to it, and I kind of like that. It's a little different because a lot of liquid bronzers, or excuse me, liquid highlighters have kind of a gel-like feel, and I find that when you're trying to blend them out, particularly here along the top of your cheekbones, I find that they can kind of move around a lot of your other makeup because they stick. Whereas this one, because it's a little bit more oily, it blends out a little bit nicer. Now, it's not super crazy highlighting. but it's still nice. I do really want to test the Bronzelite one and mix it in with foundation. I think it did a really good job highlighting my nose. My nose is also super broken out right now. I'm so sorry. I would probably put a little bit more highlight here, but it is still really pretty, a really subtle highlight. Let's get into some eyeshadow. So first things first, I'm just going to pop on my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I should have done this earlier. I didn't. I'm slacking. I use this stuff all the time, and what I love the most about it is that like you only need like a really thin amount. Like I've had this Painterly Paint Pot for like a long time. Like it's probably gone bad by now, but it still feels okay, and it's not like giving me any like breakouts or anything on my eyes, so I just keep using it. And I think because I use it regularly enough, I'm constantly scraping the top layer off and it's like getting refreshed. These all just sound like excuses to me too, but whatever. So we got 5 of these like shimmery foiled eyeshadows, so I'm gonna just do a super quick something with them. I normally would bring in like a matte shadow as well, but we didn't get a matte shadow in the collection. I suppose I could use that other bronzing powder if I really wanted to, but we'll just kind of go with what we got. So I think I'm gonna take the color Monaco-co. It's kind of like this brownish sort of a color. And I'm gonna pick a bit of that up. I can't remember how these work with brushes. I'm so used to only putting them on with my finger. Oh, really well, actually. I'm hoping you guys can see that. Like you're still getting all of the shimmer, because I do find that that's a problem sometimes when you use like foiled shadows or shimmer shadows with a brush, is that all of the glitter and shimmer kind of kicks off. But I suppose because these are foiled, it's not like a top layer, it's like in the shadow. I don't know. Is what I'm saying making any sense to anybody? It's not really to me. I feel like I'm just like talking nonsense. I'm sure you guys feel like that a lot of times. That like, you're like, Sam, you don't really know what you're doing. You're talking nonsense. Then I'm going to take this Sand Tropez color. It's kind of like a bit reddish. And I'm going to put that kind of in the outer corner and on the lid. I was thinking I wanted to use all of the colors, but I don't know that I really do now. If anybody has been like, my hair is just a mess right now. I've got like this knot that just like won't die. If anybody's been watching a lot of my videos lately, I feel like I've had like the worst butterfingers. Like I'm throwing brushes. I recently lost a part of my blush family. I recently lost my Natasha Denona blush. Don't worry, the floor ate it. It's all good. But yeah, I've just been having some issues lately. So I think we're going to take this Tide and Seek color and pick up a bit of that, kind of brush it underneath the eye a little bit. I kind of like the way that all those colors on top are sitting. Just like that. And then now I've got eyelashes in my eye. Does that ever happen to anybody where you do like your lower lash line, you want to get like some like shadow down there and you end up like folding your eyelashes in? That happens to me all the time. So now I'm going to take the color White Haute, and I am going to just use my finger for that because again, why not? And I'm going to just kind of pop that pretty much all over the rest of the lid really subtly. I think that's really pretty. And let's just use them all. I wasn't originally going to, but let's take Sunphoria. It's that kind of like pinky shade, and I'm gonna just pop that in my inner corner for some brightening and some interest. Now this is a super subtle look. Like I said, normally I would just kind of use one of these as like a topper more than like a full shadow look, but I think it's really pretty. I think it definitely adds to like the warmth and the glow and the bronziness that is the rest of my face right now, and does look like a disaster. Thank you for noticing. For an eyeliner, because I'm trying to stick with MAC, I'm just going to use my, oh my god, I can't even open this. My fluid, what is this called? Pro Longwear Fluid Line in Black Track. This is one of my favorite black liners. I haven't used it in a really long time. But if you're looking for something, like if you have a not steady hand with a felt liner, this might almost be better for you because you have so much more control of the product application because you're picking it up on a brush. You can pick the littlest bit up and constantly go back and get more and more and more. Whereas like if your pen is too juicy and it decides to just go bleh on your eye, you're kind of screwed. So the other thing that I find with the brush is that if you want to get really close to your lash line, which I did on this eye, like it's, you can barely even see that there's a liner. There's only the slightest amount of difference. I'll get a little closer so you guys can maybe see. You can literally just tap this almost like on your lashes and it'll just like stamp. That's the other thing. If you kind of have a lack of control with a fluid line, it's very easy to stamp a bit and then move over and stamp a bit and then move over rather than like knowing you have to drag one fluid line. It's really nice. I've got black all over my finger. I'm just trying to make sure I don't touch my face. So now we've got some eyeliner done. I forgot to grab a mascara, so I'll do that in a little bit. Let's get the lips done. So I definitely want to use this lip color. This is like this Lipglass in Summer Chromance. I just think it's really pretty. I think that this is like, of the whole collection, this is probably the most like bronzed thing that there is. It just screams the collection to me. It matches the packaging perfectly. Let's do that over, we're gonna do that over the color Set to Sizzle. So this is a luster lipstick, but this is the one that had a little bit more pigment to it. It's almost like just a touch darker of a shade than like my natural lip color. It's nothing crazy. And lip colors like this are really easy to wear, especially in the summer. Like say you're going for a walk or you're going for a picnic or you're going to the beach and you want to have like, not like a full lip, but like something, just like a little bit of a color wash. These are really good because as they wear very evenly and they wear almost like a stain as opposed to like a normal lipstick where it becomes very, very obvious that you had a lipstick on that's not wearing very well. That's super pretty. Ooh, I really like that. I really like this lip gloss. I think it's really pretty. I should have looked at how it looked on its own, but it's too late now. I didn't. Let me grab a mascara and then we're gonna like set our face, put a little bit of the body strobe cream on, and I'll check out of this video. All right, I'm back. I've got mascara on, so now it is time to set this all. Now that this is actually starting to settle, you couldn't really see in the last video because it was all shaken up, but you can see that like the water itself is not as like clear as with the other Fix Plus ones. This one is a little bit darker, but like I said, even when I tested it, it doesn't look, it's bronze, but it's not like crazy bronze, but I would think you'd want to go pretty far back and get a pretty even spray. So I'm like really stretching my arm as far as it'll go and just gonna kind of mist across, so that it's not adding any serious color. I got really close to my face there. That was a mistake, but I don't know that you're gonna be able to see it on camera, but like it just, oopsies, my mascara wasn't dry. Oh well, that's okay. I'll fix it. But I don't know that you're gonna be able to really see it on camera, but it just gives like a little bit of a bronzy kind of a shimmer. The last step we're gonna do is take some of the strobe cream. This is the Bronzelite strobe cream, and I'm just gonna put it kind of like across my collarbone, I think. I think that's really pretty. I've always loved it when people like highlight their collarbones. I don't do it very often. I think I'm just gonna have to pretty much mix this into my whole chest because I am pale and it is definitely discoloring my chest. I don't know how this would be on fabric. I think once it's dry, it's okay, but like when it's wet, I would keep it away from your whites like I am wearing. I'm just gonna do a little bit like that so you guys can see kind of the shimmer. I don't know if it's pink because I just rubbed my chest or if that's the color, just like the discoloration that it does. Maybe I'll come back later and let you guys know. So that is the look today. I really like it. I feel like it's very, very summery, very fresh faced, very glowy, very like all of this screams like summer soft glam to me. It's all very glittery, very shimmery, very fresh, very like closer in the realm of like the natural colors. And a lot of times when companies put out summer collections, they go for the bright, the bold, the crazy. MAC has done it in the past. Like I think their Trolls collection was a summer collection. That was a little insane in terms of the color selection. I really like that this year they stuck to more of like a natural kind of thing. I really liked all the products. I think that they look good. I think that now that my whole face is done, the bronzer doesn't look as patchy anymore. So I'm really happy I have this collection. I do definitely recommend it to you guys. Obviously, there's going to be bits and pieces that are more for you than nothing. I have all the pieces except for the brush. Maybe the brush is what you want. Maybe you don't want all of the bronzers. Maybe you're not into the eyeshadows. Pick and choose what you want out of this collection. I'm definitely not saying go out there and get the whole thing because it is, you know, a lot of money. But I'm really happy that I have the whole thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. Subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.